everybody. The object that I brought in to share with you today is my black belt in karate, which I earned when I was 14. The object itself is not very important to me, but what is important is what it represents and the lessons that I learned because of it. There are so many stories about me that relate to this black belt, and half of them I really don't feel like sharing with you, but one that I would like to share with you is about what I learned when I was training for my black belt. When I was training for my teen black belt when I was 14, I would often become very emotional during class and would even just start crying during class and even often run off the floor when I got too emotional. And this happened because I was easily frustrated. There were a lot of techniques that I had difficulties with, and I also felt very pressured because of the upcoming test. And in the several months before my test, I would cry almost every time. A few years later, I was testing again for my next level of black belt, which is my adult black belt, the one that I brought in today. At that point, thankfully, I didn't become over emotional during class anymore, and I didn't run off the floor in tears or anything embarrassing like that. However, during my test, when I got up to perform my techniques, suddenly and for no apparent reason, I just started sobbing in front of the entire audience. And the audience was about 100 people, including a couple dozen judges, so understandably I was absolutely mortified. At that moment, I wanted to run off the floor like I had done in the past, but instead I stayed and I completed my techniques. Instead of running from the emotion, I used it to my advantage and channeled it into my techniques to make them stronger and more intense. That day they awarded me my next rank, and I feel that I really earned it because I persevered through the challenge and stayed focused on my goal. In conclusion, even though this black belt doesn't have very much monetary value to me, it is worth more than words can express because it represents perseverance, overcoming physical and mental challenges, and continuing to progress even when I'm not perfect. Every time I go to karate class and put on this belt, I'm reminded of how far I've come both as a martial artist and as a person, and I look forward to making more progress in the future.